looking for your second citizenship, there are a number of factors that you need to take into consideration. And in today's video, we're going to go through a couple of factors that can help you make a decision which second citizenship would be the best for you. Hi, I'm Jovana from Nomad Capitalist, where we help 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs and their families legally reduce their taxes, protect their wealth, and obtain multiple residence and citizenship. And now I'm going to talk to you about my experience working with many people over the last couple of years and searching for the best citizenship options for them. What are some of the things that you need to take into consideration when making a decision what your second citizenship is going to be? Obviously, the first choice would be looking into citizenship by descent. So is there any citizenship that you can obtain through descent? So do you have ancestors from other countries? Can you get that citizenship fast? Do you qualify for that? What is going to need it? And I would always advise pursuing that option. Obviously, if there are no restrictions on holding dual or multiple citizenship, if you don't need to renounce, and in some cases for certain people, maybe they want to renounce their first citizenship. So citizenship by descent would always be a starting point and something that you need to always first look into, because that's the easiest way, maybe not most time effective, but definitely most cost effective. Obviously, besides that, there is citizenship by investment, which is kind of the fastest, but the costlier one, and naturalization in some countries where you basically sacrifice the time and you show a commitment to the country. Maybe you need to pay some taxes, but in terms of direct monetary contribution, it is usually lower. So there are no many, check all the boxes, time, money, and lifestyle boxes at the same time. You usually need to sacrifice something. Obviously, if everything works, then perfect. But when we're looking between those options, you usually need to sacrifice something. But what makes second citizenship a good citizenship? So we often speak that what is good for someone else might not be good for you. You need to take into consideration your individual factors, your individual wants and needs, and not someone else. So maybe you have a friend who got second citizenship, let's say by investment, and they're naturalized very quickly in some countries, and you think that's your way, that's something that you should do. And here are a couple of reasons why that is not something that you should do and why you should always look into your individual circumstances. So obviously, when we're looking for a new citizenship and a new passport, the first thing that comes to our minds is visa-free accesses, especially if you're coming from a country that might not necessarily have a big number of visa-free countries. This is obviously one of big factors for you. But people often make a mistake and they just look into the total number of countries, visa-free countries that passport gives them. So they are not looking into maybe specific countries that they give them. And that might be okay for a second citizenship. Obviously, as if you move forward, you want to see diversity. You want to see what extra countries did I get? What extra protections do I have with this passport? So people, again, go back, make a mistake. Okay, maybe I have, let's say, Italian and French and Portuguese citizenship. Those are three pretty much the same citizenship. Or maybe I have Italian and French, but I can qualify for Portuguese. Again, you get three very good quality passports, but they are part of the same block. They give you pretty much the same visa-free accesses. So you're not getting anything new. You don't have any other extra layer of protection. So what you want to do is look into what else can you get in terms of what additional countries you can bring on the table, and as I said, additional protection. And that that might mean acquiring a third passport, for example, that doesn't maybe even have high number of visa-free countries, but has something else to offer as that political stability, personal freedom, or certain nuanced countries that you really need for your lifestyle purposes. What also you need to be looking into is what concerns you at the moment. What are the reasons why you think you need a second passport or a third passport? So what are those deep concerns that makes you think about that? And search for a country that doesn't have those concerns, so that can remove those concerns off you. So that might be very simply as political system. That might be simply as education for your kids or healthcare system. In that case, maybe access to visa-free access to many countries. Maybe it does not make sense. What makes sense more for you is, can that country provide you additional stability? Also, for some people, obviously access to different business opportunities is really important. So potentially acquiring a second or third citizenship in a country that is very interesting from investment point of view, but maybe closed for foreigners, or obviously extending business opportunities there, or in that specific region, getting a passport from that region can make more sense for a business. That's why I constantly say what works for some might not work for other. You need to be looking into your individual set of circumstances. Also, lifestyle presents huge part of choosing your passport. You want to be able that between your passport portfolio have at least one country where you can live. So though obviously different residences give you that option, and obviously having multiple residences that might not necessarily match your passports, give you opportunity to pursue different lifestyle in those different places. In cases like COVID, and actually no one before that were thinking too much about it, but COVID pandemic was a perfect example of the fact that you should have, especially if you have a larger passport portfolio, at least one country that will give you access to the lifestyle that you want. Because in case you get stuck again, you do want to maintain certain lifestyle. You do want to have that luxury. One of the things that can be really a big factor for many people is picking a passport from a country that has really low taxes, either headline zero tax, or is a part of territorial tax regime that would guarantee that if you live in that country, or if you are, God forbid, forced to live in that country, your taxes are still gonna remain minimum. Again, might not necessarily be the most important factor when choosing your second citizenship, but as you're moving forward, as you're extending your options, as you're looking into naturalization in more countries, that definitely should be one of the things to think about. Does this country allows me, in case that I need to live there, how much taxes I'm going to pay? Will that be a huge tax burden on me if I need to live there to live? So it is one of the factors for many people when choosing multiple citizenships. If you're still not sure where to start in your search for a second citizenship, or you're not sure which needs and wants you need to fulfill with the second passport, but you feel like you need one, go to nomadcapitalist.com apply page and get started your Nomad Capitalist journey with our team. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel.